Okay, hi YouTube, Mr. Who's the Boss here. In this video we're going to be talking about the Galaxy S6. So, I'm actually doing this video because I saw the S5 and I know it sold very well, but I'm actually really not very happy with it. And in this video I'm going to talk about the things that I really want to see in the S6. And if these things do happen, then the S6 will definitely be the best phone of 2015. So the first thing I want to see is a graphene battery. Now, as you may already realise, while smartphones, they're making exponential leaps in terms of performance and innovation and all these sorts of things. But one of the few things that's really stayed where it is battery. And, there's been a lot of recent research and development into the use of graphene. Now, graphene actually promises to be able to give something like 7 to 8 times the normal battery life of what we see at the minute for something that sort of fits into maybe a fifth of the space. So I mean, if actually Samsung managed to put this into the Galaxy S6, it'll be incredible. On top of that, it should be able to charge within a fifth of the time. So, we're talking about something like an hour charge to give a battery life of a week. Now that's incredible. So the next thing I want to see in the Galaxy S6 is a flexible display. Now you may be aware that 2 years ago at CES, Samsung demonstrated its UM flexible display technology. And this is basically a way of making the LCD so that it actually flexes, and this is actually using some sort of plastic which actually looks like glass. Now, I mean, the actual benefits of doing this are just ridiculous. You could have your phone that almost folds like a piece of paper, or you could have a tablet that sort of fits into the space of a little cylinder, something like that. And, it's just incredible. If they can actually manage this year to bend the displays round, then I think they could just have limitless possibilities with the Galaxy S6, and it'll just be a totally awesome sellout feature. Right, so the third thing I really want to see in the Galaxy S6 is a massive boost in processor technology. So as you already know, like the Snapdragon 800 was a big jump over the previous year's S4 Pro. But last year, we've not really had any progress. The 801 was a slightly overclocked 800, and the 805 was, again, just slightly better than the 801. And it sort of feels like they're making new chips just for the sake of it. So what this will actually do is allow developers to port console games to phones. Now I know all the companies keep saying that each generation they say we're delivering console quality experiences, but really they're not. And that's because the actual mobile devices at the minute are just not quite powerful enough to port the console games over. So they've got to make mobile equivalents, which, they're rife with in-app purchase and they're really terrible. So I'm suggesting that if Samsung managed to double the performance of their next-gen Galaxy phone, it'll actually incentivize developers to be able to port their console games over to mobile, where they have an absolutely massive audience and they'll just be a sellout success. You can just imagine going to work and being able to sort of take your phone out and play a game of Skyrim on the way. It's just, it's incredible. Right, so the fourth thing I think Samsung really need to do is to make the best camera they can without pushing up the megapixel count unnecessarily. So I think that if Samsung adopts a similar image sensor to that of the One M8, but obviously increases the megapixel count to say 8 or 12 or something like that, like a very solid number but not ridiculous, it'll have a really good shooter. So I think if we have that, a dual flash and 4K recording at 60 frames per second, we've got a winner on our hands in terms of a camera. Now the last thing I want to see on the Galaxy S6 is better speakers. Now I think phone manufacturers actually underestimate how much people use their phones for music. For a lot of people it's actually the primary use. So what Samsung need to do is build in a dual speaker similar to that of the HTC One M8, and those speakers sound incredible. And having good speakers does a lot more than you think. Not only does it make your music more enjoyable, but it makes all your videos more enjoyable. Everything you do on your phone, your games, your apps, everything just actually comes to life when you have, dual stereo speakers that sound really good and crisp like the One M8s. So I think Samsung actually has a good start. I think that, just because of the amount of buzz that's created around Samsung's devices, if they nail the next-gen Samsung Galaxy, it'll just be ridiculous. I think it will easily outsell the iPhone. So for example, the Galaxy S5 is only an incremental improvement on the S4, but at the same time it had a worldwide success. It's like Samsung's best-selling smartphone ever. So if Samsung actually managed to get a revolutionary phone in their next sort of generation, I think they'll just blow away the competition. They might even drive companies out the market, and they've got, I think, the biggest potential of any Android manufacturer, or any manufacturer in general. I think Apple is actually going downhill a bit. But anyway, that's for another time. So thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.